Good day, denizens of Normandy. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with Battlefield 1942. It's led us to this. It's D-Day. It's June 6th, 1944, and we follow the American push into Normandy for the Normandy landings. It's Omaha Beach as part of Operation Overlord. So let's get to the briefing. The stage is set for Operation Overlord, the Allied invasion of Normandy and the beginning of the push towards final victory over Germany. While German headquarters focuses on Calais, thanks in large part to expert diversionary tactics by the Allies. There's actually a story. I saw this on Reddit the other day. I believe part of that was also because there was a double agent working for the Brits. The Germans thought he was on their side. He was really working for the Allies. And I believe part of it was feeding them information about Calais. The main invasion forces zeroes in on a stretch of Normandy beaches further south, between Cherbourg and Le Havre. General Eisenhower's order to attack has mobilized an unprecedented military force. About 4,000 ships will deliver over 175,000 men and supplies to the Normandy beaches. As an advanced unit pushes towards Omaha Beach, the men on board the landing craft will know it will not be an easy mission. Even though the airstrikes have intensified against German coastal defenses, a formidable enemy awaits atop the cliffs. This is actually pretty historically accurate. I know in previous videos I've talked about how inaccurate this can get, but this is actually pretty accurate looking from the start. So the objectives: the German defenses are strong. A determined attack will allow us to get off of the beach. If we could take all of their outposts, we will have won this battle. It's quite simple. Land, establish a foothold on the beach, and push forward. Now, they talk about airstrikes. Let's load this up first, and then we'll talk about airstrikes. The Americans really needed some help with the airstrikes and with some naval bombardment, because Omaha Beach is the most heavily defended of the 5 D-Day beaches. The Americans ran into all sorts of trouble with Omaha Beach. There was bad weather, so they struggled. We are going to take assault because infantry is very appropriate for this, but the Americans had there was bad weather that oh, come on, there's got to be a boat around here somewhere, a landing craft. Now our ticker is already trickling down. Now we've already captured the beach landing zone, so that's good if we need to spawn back in. Now there's some naval bombardment. The Americans certainly needed some help with that because they had a small problem at first trying to get the naval bombardment of Omaha Beach because the weather was bad. Like, they couldn't have really known this far in advance the weather was going to be particularly bad. But the weather on D-Day turned out to be pretty bad, so they had trouble getting the trouble getting aircraft in the air to do air raids and airstrikes against the German defenses. Oh, no, oh, Gary! Blithering idiot. Alright. Maybe we might need an anti-tank for a moment. But those long-range naval bombardments, was part of the battle to try and thin the German defenses. They were supposed to lead with that, but there were a few problems with executing that plan. The weather was bad, so a lot of the landing craft drifted off course. They couldn't get the air support. Destroyers were out of place. It was not a very good start to this Operation Overlord. Just simply because circumstances were not in their favor. Off the hop. So now we have to move up I'm going to slide down the hill. I cannot afford to do that. Alright. I think we need to move in here. We're going to see if there's anyone home here. No. But we are going to heal up very quickly and then move on to the next spot. This one of our boys? Nope. I don't know why a sniper is hiding in a trench, lying prone. Where is... Oh, there's the flag. Need to close in on this. Pick up a... We captured the control point. Yes, we have. Oh, crap. He sniped me from about 3 feet away. He probably sniped me in the balls. So we're going to need to maybe, perhaps, thin their ranks ever so slightly. And we have captured this upper position, so we have at least neutralized the ticking of the... We'll take off Josef Fuchs. Don't even try to think I'm mispronouncing it. It's just like Joy Buttafuoco. And now, oh, we're gonna have to duck down. Now we're going to try and single-handedly take on the German army. I'm not even paying attention to the number of kills we're racking up. How many kills are we racking up? 10. Oh, no, we got sniped. Udo Meyer. We may need to go... we were doing okay as assault, so I think maybe we'll stick with assault. I was thinking maybe we want to go scout. Oh, now look at... Oh, I can't move it up. At just top center, about 2/3 of the way up the screen there, were dragon's teeth, and I don't recall seeing any. I don't recall seeing any because there weren't any. So that is a slight inaccuracy. Now that is me getting a little bit pedantic on the details, but we'll try if we can get it. Ooh, that was close. We probably should have gone anti-tank from the looks of it. Or are they anti-tank? No, they've gone anti-tank. We should probably take out their anti-tank guy. And Gary took him out. Holy crap. Gary was the... Oh crap. I think I walked into some barbed wire. Gary was our... Now that just there... There. Now, those are called dragon's teeth. Rommel. Now, remember General Rommel from the African campaign? Came back to support the war efforts in Europe. One of the things he brought was those dragon's teeth. They were tank impediments. I don't think they would go so far as to completely stop the progress of a tank in a video game. But that being said, on the beach there are supposed to be dragon's teeth on the beach in order to prevent the tanks from being able to gain a foothold. They did try to land armor on the beach, and because things were just going so... Oh, somebody sniped us Finally. Now we're up to 19 kills. And we might... Well, I'm not sure what the best plan... What the best course of action would be here. Perhaps engineer. In addition to all the weather going wrong, there was a sandbar that kind of prevented landing craft from getting close enough in. So some guys had to make like a 100-meter run. Well, okay, it's quasi-sniperish. Alright. I'm going to throw a landmine and run for my fucking life. Okay, that... If he comes down the hill, we're in good shape, but he's not coming down the hill. Alright, we'll just switch to tank. We'll switch to anti-tank. So because of sandbars, landing craft got beached out over 100 meters from the beach. And what happened as a result was that you've got guys having to wade in through the water and just are fodder for these, like that, like we've just seen there and there. They actually had those, like, high machine gun positions, and those elevated, like, in this, and they just had elevated areas. Was that me on the, they shoot me, or did I actually just get the, No, we got him. Was it the, somebody shooting me, or was it the actual barbed wire? Oh, no. He got me before I could find a defensive position. He can get through the dragon's teeth, but he is having to, like, mosey the long way around. So not only were people having to wade through water and just basically fish in a barrel for the Germans, you've also got the fact that the tanks couldn't land, or some of the tanks couldn't land, and as a result, they were kind of left to shell long distance from the beach. Ah, we got him. We got them. Oh, come on. I shot him like 3 times. No, apparently one sniper shot is fine, so fine, we'll fight sniper with sniper. We're in good shape, though. We've stopped... Ah, there's a tank available. Let us take the tank. Now, at one point, the Allies actually had to stop their landings because they just could not gain a foothold until they had gotten air and sea support to help them advance onto the beach. I think it was right around 8:30 in the morning on the 6th that they were actually able to resume landings. Now we're going to try and gun these guys down long range. And we are actually going to be successful in doing that. Except with this fella. We're just going to blow up. I took out my co-pilot. But I got theirs, so we'll call that even Stevens. There, we got their tank. We got their tank. I thought I saw somebody running in behind there. John something or other has just popped in. Oh my goodness. These things... Oh, I shot the house. I apologize to the people of France. We're going to advance in. Now, this is going to be the tricky part. Oh, he just shot that right over my head. You shouldn't have stood up. We might be able to... Oh no, we've lost our... Oh no. Okay, we got Udo Meyer again. We're doing very well against Udo. I thought I shot him, but apparently I did not do an adequate job of it. Oh, no. AI reflexes are faster than mine. Well, we did a good job of marching up the hill. Got 40 kills so far to 8 deaths. I'm not sure how that nets out in terms of points taken off the ticker. I'd like to think it nets out very well in our favor, but I'm not sure of that. We're going to grind them down for the GG. We just got to be able to... Oh, we got him. There we go. Oh, we sent him flying! Shot that over their heads. Now, if our friends in the Navy would be so kind as to take some heat off of us. Without trying to blow us up. Now our problem is that there's that tank there. Oh, did we get the tank? I think we got the tank. We might, at this point, I'm hung up on something. I don't know what. I don't think we're going to... I think we might win this one before we get a chance to capture that top objective, which... There we go. A minor victory. Well, that's actually, for D-Day itself, is not inaccurate. It was a gruesome scene at Omaha Beach. German gun emplacements destroyed a large number of assault vehicles as they approached the beach. Then snipers continued the massacre, picking off soldiers as they waded shore. In spite of the monumental losses, U.S. forces eventually secured the beachhead. This hard-fought victory will never be forgotten by the troops who refused to stop until they seized Omaha Beach. Yeah, this was the hardest one for the Allies to capture on June 6th. Make no mistake. There were 2,400 U.S. casualties at Omaha Beach, which is reportedly double what the Germans suffered. But the goal was to secure a foothold and some landing spots in Europe to be able to push back against the Germans. And that was the goal, and eventually, obviously, they were successful. It still took... they managed to establish that... secure the beachhead and establish that landing spot, but it took the Americans a couple days beyond D-Day before they reached their D-Day objectives. By the way, the furthest ones inland on D-Day were the Canadians over at Juno Beach. I just thought I'd throw that one out there. Has nothing to do with me being Canadian and all. And from there, we are on to Bocage. Let's see, this is interesting because I don't believe this is quite what I was expecting. Because Bocage, generally, in World War II, when you're talking about Bocage, you're talking about the Battle of Villers-Bocage. But this just appears to be like just pushing inland from Omaha Beach, if I was to hazard a guess. Yeah, this is not what I had prepped for. To be honest, I had prepped for the Battle of Villers-Bocage because I saw, oh, Bocage, that's the next one on that wiki, right? And this isn't what I'd prepped for. I had prepped for Villers-Bocage. I was going to talk about how the proper French hate Quebecois French that I learned growing up in Canada. I was even going to talk about how the French talk about eggs as being, eggs plural, as being le œuf. And in Quebecois, you liaise the two words together. So it's like a Z, or Z as you Yankees would say, Z sound between the words. So it's not le œuf, it's les œufs. Roll the word together. I can't even do that. Well, I just did. I can't even do that because This is not the Battle of Villers-Bocage, because we aren't talking about German ambushes as the Allies attempted to do a pincer move on the town of Caen. And Caen, I'm trying to pronounce it correctly as my best educated Quebecois French guess. I'm not Quebecois, I'm Ontarian. I think I've mentioned that before. Hence my pretty shitty French accent. Anyway, now that Allied forces have secured a foothold at the beaches, the battle is moving inland. In the Normandy countryside, the terrain is covered by bocage, a series of dense hedges that provides the enemy with an intricate defense network. In addition to limiting visibility, these hedgerows offer protection from airstrikes and serve as natural barricades. Step by step, the Allies are claiming more occupied territory from Germany. However, losses continue to mount and effort proceeds slower than expected. While transport ships continue to deliver more men and supplies onto the beaches, an armored division sets forward to take positions further inland. With heavy air support, these soldiers will have to maneuver carefully through the bocage-filled landscape as they attempt to root the enemy out of the landscape. It gets a little closer to Villers-Bocage, because in that one, they passed through that town. They're going to capture Caen or pincer Caen from the north and from the southwest, and they were going through Villers-Bocage to Caen. And so what ends up happening is, as they roll through Villers-Bocage, they run into a German armored ambush. This British tank corps gets absolutely decimated, and they have to pull back into the village. The Germans try pushing into Villers-Bocage, and they get beaten back, and it's just basically stalemated. Like, it took them months to capture the village, and then from there they were able to quickly move on to Caen. But I am not entirely sure what to expect. They were talking about armored divisions. I didn't select a spawn point. SpawnMeUp.com. Kind of lacking in a little bit of historical context to this one, but we'll see. We will see what we have when we actually do it. Tanks and airplanes, and I'll let the AI handle the flight. We've seen me do that at Midway, and it went. We'll let them handle it. How about that? It's a windmill here. For being French countryside, that's a surprising appearance from a windmill. That's typically Dutch, but it's good to see that they have a windmill built, because I saw that the Battle of the Bulge is upcoming soon in Battlefield 1942. I believe Operation Market Garden as well. Well, windmills saying they're Dutch, but I mean, the Battle of the Bulge was Belgium. The Ardennes Forest, if memory serves. Currently working on that one for the next video, along with the Battle of Market Garden. We've got a couple other of the battles that I have to do prep for before I can go ahead and record those videos. But in the case of Villers-Bocage, perhaps, or I guess in this case, not Villers-Bocage, I'm seeing a rather lack of... Oh, balls, that's a lot of them. Oh, I got sniped. I was going to say, this sawmill, didn't we have this at, like, Kursk or something like that very early on in the Let's Play? The assets seem very familiar. Oh, look, the windmill's actually turning. That's fantastic. I was quite concerned that it would just be static. Not only are we up against panzers, we're also up against tigers. I did not look into the different types of tanks and what was worse to be up against, but I'm in trouble now. Oh, for the love of crap. Alright. Germans are about to capture that point. The Axis have captured the sawmill, so we're going to have to push back in. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, we got them. Ah, crap. I was hoping to pick up the sniper rifle before I Well, that's just great. You start pushing in as an anti-tank guy, and then all of a sudden you need to be able to snipe them. Well, they are certainly doing a number on us just because of positioning. Okay, it looks like we are going to have to snipe. We seem to be badly outnumbered here. I think we might have to restart this one. It was a good start and just, like, fell apart. We're not going to be able to get up there. You've got to be fucking kidding me, right? From all the way over there, he's able to pick me off. Alright, we got him on the run, but I don't think that's going to help, so... We are just going to hit the restart button. Alright, let's try this again. We know we have to start early game anti-tank. Because our guys can't drive, we appear to not be able to capture the damn point. My grandmother could drive faster than you, and she never had a license. Alright, so we captured the sawmill. Very good. We're going to try and take out that tank. Because that might be... you've got to be fucking me, right? They just get a beat on you instantly. Like, you don't have a chance. Now, we've recaptured the sawmill. Now, if you idiots could figure out what you're doing. Sniper OP. Blizz, please nerf. Gonna shoot Mr. Peter Brand from range. Take out Frank Werner. Now we're gonna have to switch to that thing. Because there's a tank on top of us. Take that, Mr. Tank. Oh, somebody just got... I'm assuming that was an airplane that took out all those guys. We're amassing a lead now, though. We've amassed a small lead, and we've got a man over at the German bridge emplacement. Now, he might actually be capturing that point. And actually, we seem to have suddenly managed to push the Germans back towards their own base. Now, I'm assuming that is one of theirs, though, so we might be overextending slightly. I mean, we have a 70-point lead at this point. The Axis captured the point there. Oh, somebody got him long range. We might be able to capture this point. I will take out... I got him first. I got him first. I don't know who you're shooting at, but I got him first. I'm assuming this is a German anti-air tank. Let's see if we can shoot. Nope, we can't. Alright, so we are a little... And by a little, I mean a lot outnumbered. But we took out Mr. Marcel Koch, and we've got one bullet left, so we better find somebody to take a bullet off of. It's actually a nice sounding MP40. I was gonna say it's it sounds fairly like they haven't changed it much over the years. It sounds pretty pretty modern. I will give them that. I'm in trouble. Wait, I can heal myself. Oh no, I'm gonna get shot. Yay! I got shot just as we won. The fight near the small village of Carentan has been a tremendous victory for the Allies. The Germans used every advantage they could find along the roads and fields, and yet nothing could stop the determined Allied forces. Little by little, the Allies are gaining control of Normandy and are poised to advance onwards to Paris. I'm sure that was a very important part of the war. I mean, at the very least symbolically, but I don't recall coming across that in anything for this game. Never know. Might have released it in an expansion pack. It might have been in a different game. It might have been in one of the Call of Duty games about World War II. We don't know. But this took place, apparently, shortly after D-Day in June 1944. And they say little by little, Allies are gaining control. Well, it wasn't until May of 1945 that victory in Europe was declared. We still have a lot of mileage and a lot of time still to cover. I believe, though, we have 2 more episodes left in Battlefield 1942 in which to cover victory in Europe and victory in Japan. But those will be matters for another episode. That concludes this one, so thank you very much for joining me. Please hit that like button. If you like the videos, maybe you want to subscribe too. You can check out the social media links and the playlist in the description below. Should see some past videos over to the right hand side in the related videos. And thank you very much for joining me. I've been Unsilent. Please remember the YouTubing jazz. Every little bit helps. Every little thumbs up, every little comment, every little share does help the channel a little bit. Thank you very much for joining me once again, and we will see you next time.